Apple's A19 Pro clock speed estimate may have been determined thanks to an interesting trend involving the M series of chipsets. It is difficult to know what specifications Apple has planned for the A19 Pro next year when it will supposedly power the innards of the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max. However, rare moments like the one you are about to read may have determined the chipset's CPU clock speed based on a trend discovered with Apple's M series, starting with the M1 Max. YouTuber believes Apple employs the same clock speed from the previous top-end M series chipset and adopts it in the iPhone SoC, determining the A19 Pro's frequencies. The current generation A18 and A18 Pro have their performance cores running at 4.04 GHz, as found out through a previous Geekbench 6 benchmark leak that showed nominal gains over the A17 Pro. With the A19 Pro, Vadim Urayev, who runs the technology YouTube channel Max Tech, believes that the performance cores will operate at 4.40 GHz. Now, how did he come to this conclusion? By comparing the clock speeds of Apple's older generation M series of chipsets, going all the way back to the M1 Max, which had a frequency of 3.20 GHz. Shortly after, the A15 Bionic arrived for the iPhone 13 series and featured the same clock speed. The M2 Max, which arrived before the A17 Pro, had a 3.70 GHz clock speed, and shortly after, the SoC powering the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max launched with a 3.80 GHz frequency. The latest top-end Apple silicon, the M3 Max, which is found in a slew of MacBook Pro models, can reach speeds of 4.05 GHz, and if you look at the A18 and A18 Pro, they operate on 4.04 GHz frequency. If you have spotted the pattern, then you can guess that the A19 Pro may function at more or less the same speeds as the M4, which is 4.40 GHz. It is an interesting trend, and the fact that Apple has actually clocked its future iPhone chipsets to run at the same frequency as its previously launched M series silicon may give us some valuable insight into what to expect from the A19 Pro. Unfortunately, none of us know what Apple's plans are for the near or distant future, so while the eagle-eyed Vadim Urayev has done a phenomenal job spotting this pattern, it is best to treat it with a pinch of salt.